Blessings, blessings, blessings. This is Will of M, and the M comes later. So, quick video today. I just want to touch on a subject I think hasn't been talked about much, or I haven't seen much videos on it, and that's the loneliness of the world-class fighter. I think it's shown pretty heavily in Ipo, or it's touched on from time to time, but I just want to kind of make my own video on it and discuss why I think this may occur. Well, first and foremost, most of the fighters we've seen that make it to world class and hold a belt are animals. They're beasts, demons in their own right, and you have to have a little bit of a dog insanity and a little bit of evil in you to want to just hurt someone, beat someone's face in to prove your dominance and assert yourself above all in the world. I think of Mike Elliott, I think of Volk Zangief, Takamura Momoro, and of course Ricardo Martinez. All these people who have hit the world-class level and stayed there, had a kind of a dog in them. Now, there are exceptions. You have Keith Dragon, who had more faith than brutality, and I believe both have spots in the ring, but for today we focus just on the brutality aspect of it, and how everyone at the world class level knows they're strong. They can beat a man, they can win a fight, they can go through hellish training to become who they need to be, get their body and squeeze into a glass bottle if they had to. They fight, even if they only move one finger, they'd still fight, as Takamura said against Brian Hawk. I think with this being exerted and being tested so much, and your chosen profession, everyday life is kind of mundane to them, besides practicing or going for their dream. Which you see Takamura always wanting to rush and get another belt. He didn't care to unify with Bice as much. He wanted to take over another weight class. But I'm glad that it showed that. I hope it touches more on that in the future about why he rushes so much and why the coach essentially wants to keep making history with him. But after a certain extent of just winning and what you're choosing to be your chosen profession, which is hard and difficult, it's a loneliness. I feel like no one can relate to you because you're so powerful. Almost like Superman talking about how he's in the cardboard world. He has to hold back so he doesn't destroy everything. Even down to right before the match that Ricardo Martinez had, he was depressed. He was sorry. He said, "I'm sorry. I suppose I'm always so sorry." He wants to give his fans more. He wants more out of boxing, but he can't seem to get that. He's too good for his competition. Why he doesn't move up, why he doesn't unify, I don't know. Maybe we'll see later. I'd actually like a story arc where he starts to take over all the belts and become just the ultimate boss of everything in featherweights. That would be cool. But I also like to compare every show to Berserk. So I feel like he like the Griffith type of person. So as Griffith got in one kingdom, won another kingdom, he keep winning more and more belts. Eventually have to fight like maybe everyone. Maybe if Miyata went to the WBC, or maybe if Sendo went to the IBF, and he had to fight on, and then he fought Ipo as unified. Also, I had another subject relating to a prior video, how he takes something from everyone like Berserk. I feel like Ipo is going to lose Kumi when he breaks his promise. So when Guts lost Casca, when she mentally regressed after the eclipse. But getting back on subject, it's hard when you're that good to get someone to understand what you're going through. And Takamura doesn't want to call it loneliness. He calls it extraordinary, which again is glass half empty, glass half full. A sight only few will see, a sight only some will see. It's like that Wally stood at technically. And it's all the same version. So I think it's only because only those there can understand what it takes to get there and understand those at the top what they need. It's almost like people comparing one to David Goggins and his mind. Like his mind is something that custom to him, those just like him. So I think the loneliness of the world-class boxer is not touched on enough. And after the glitz and glamour, they go back to the locker room, they're with themselves. I like that. I think Creed does this very well, having the fighters talk to themselves after the big fight. But without that loneliness, they would never find their greatness. Well, it's been a great time hanging out with you. Thanks for kicking it with me. Catch you on the next one.